¿Cómo se controla la necesidad de estas personas que, aunque con culturas totalmente diferentes, siguen siendo seres humanos con la imperante necesidad? Solo observen este video y díganme que el español que reside en esta área no está pensando en mudarse a su estado. Y como ya dije, en nuestra generación veremos a los europeos mudándose a América, mientras los africanos se mudan a Europa, huyendo al cambio climático, que no deja crecer nada, que ya no produce el agua que necesitan para sobrevivir. Y los europeos huyendo de unas culturas africanas y árabes que no comprenden ni comparten.
It is not quite on a biblical scale, but an exodus it certainly is. Migrants who've been trapped at the railway station in Budapest, now deciding to walk the hundreds of miles to Germany and what they see as the promised land.
The other side of this tragedy is how it will change Europe. Non-Western migrants had already been flooding into Europe for decades. Leaders refused to stop it.
We are afraid. We are in danger every day, every minute. They're coming inside, the police. They want to kill each other. You have to do something to protect us. They are in our house. We are the victims, we are not them. We have to live life before. We have to live our life. They took it for us. We're nothing more. They are. They have to take them from here into the city.
Money! Money! Money!
There are increasing groups of people who are essentially asking the question, if the political establishment continues to get its way, in 5, in 10, in 20 years' time, how many Germans are going to be left in Germany? How many French people are going to be left in France? How many English people are going to be left in England?
French writer Renaud Camus calls the influx the Great Replacement and says it's the biggest thing to happen to France since the 15th century.
Quel est l'objectif? Ça va faire parler. Et l'objectif, c'est relever le défi du métissage. Ce n'est pas un choix. C'est une obligation. Si ce volontarisme républicain ne fonctionnait pas, il faudra alors que la République passe à des méthodes plus contraignantes encore. Nous devons changer, alors nous allons changer.
Hardly anyone imagined just 20 years ago that the native French population would be finding itself in a rapidly decreasing minority here.
London has got so ethnically diverse that white Britons are now a minority here.
White families in Birmingham are set to become a minority group for the first time.
The country's most rapidly growing demographic is Muslim,
with Mohammed now the most popular name for baby boys in London.
The high Muslim birth rate is changing the political landscape. Imran is looking forward to replacing Belgian law with Sharia law, including amputation for theft, stoning for adultery, and death to homosexuals.
Basically, the US is providing these clothes for us. You make war and we get refugees. So,
the United Nations report says Sweden will be a third world nation in about 15 years, below Libya and Bulgaria.
بل إن إخواننا ضحوا أموالهم وحتى أرواحهم فداء لهدف الوحيد. But there is no other path to victory except through sacrifice and jihad for the sake of Allah.
Swedes who disagree with that plan risk being labeled racist, fascist, even Nazi.
This footage of the Revolutionary Front smashing the home of a suspected fascist is one of the many attacks they film and publish on the internet.
Wenn diese Werte nicht vertritt, der kann jederzeit dieses Land verlassen, wenn er nicht einverstanden ist. Das ist die Freiheit eines jeden Deutschen.
Wir müssen uns gegen die Nazis stellen. Schon aufgrund unserer Geschichte zwischen 1933 und 1945 sind wir verpflichtet, Flüchtlinge anständig zu behandeln. Und dann gibt es ja noch was. Jedes Jahr sterben mehr Deutsche als geboren werden. Das liegt zum Glück daran, dass die Nazis sich auch nicht besonders vervielfältigen. Und schon deshalb sind wir auf Zuwanderer aus anderen Ländern angewiesen.
It doesn't matter if Sweden's immigration model is failing miserably.
هون بروزنغور الغريب بده يفوت ما بحط عينه بعين حدا بقليش بقى بطلع قبل ما في شيء بيجي بطرق كتك يقول لك السلام عليكم كسروا سيارته الله يلا خلاص بحرم فوت على المنطقة.
If test scores in Swedish schools are plummeting, or if crime in some areas has skyrocketed,
I hope all of them, and everyone else across Britain, will reflect on the universal values that Ramadan represents, and the contribution that British Muslims make to our country.
I cannot believe this. I've never seen anything on this scale
Es ist, glaube ich, ein wichtiges Signal an Sie, dass der Islam, so wie der Bundespräsident Wulff es gesagt hat, zu uns in Deutschland inzwischen gehört.
Appalling abuse of at least 1,400 children over a period of 16 years. Children being raped, trafficked, beaten and sometimes doused in petrol. All the perpetrators were of Pakistani heritage.
Ramadan Mubarak to you all.
مع عدم الزواج، مع عدم الرغبة في الإنجاب، الهرم بتاعهم 100 يرثه 80. وال80 بعد 10 سنين يورثهم 60 وال60 يورثهم كام 40 وال40 بعد 10 سنين 10 بعد 20 سنة مش هيبقى في حد.
Since then, an unholy alliance of leftists, capitalists and Zionist supremacists has schemed to promote immigration and miscegenation with the deliberate aim of breeding us out of existence in our own homelands. First, their immigrant pawns were temporary guest workers. Then it was a multiracial experiment. Then they were refugees. Then the answer to a shrinking population. Different excuses, different lies. But the real aim stays the same. The biggest genocide in human history.
Really ashamed of the racist and xenophobic terms. Is your policy serious, or are you just shouting?
Mr. Griffin. It's you that's shouting, because obviously the truth hurts. I have a constructive suggestion to help those poor asylum seekers from Africa. Yes, make it clear they can't come here, so they don't try to cross the sea and drown in huge numbers. The best way for them is to get the banks off the backs of their countries so they can live in peace in their countries, and we Europeans can live in peace in ours. Thank you.
بعد فترة من الزمن سيكون أوروبا دولة إسلامية واحدة موحدة لا تعرف إلا لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.